Yes, good evening, City Youth. How are you doing? This is our first live stream during an evening on a Wednesday where we get to connect, we get to play games, we get to just be together as one tribe. So I'm thankful that we're back, that we're able to do this and connect with each other over things like Discord and things like YouTube. So if you're watching this either live right now, I know Emily's with me right now online. So hello, Emily. If you're watching this right now or later, this is a little bit of a tutorial for Discord. So Discord is our kind of chat app that we're going to be using for all of us as youth to chat in, and we're gonna have discussions, but we're mainly going to have our midweek meetings and just group chats in Discord. Now, the powerful thing about Discord is that it's secure, it's safe, and I'll walk you all through that in a minute. But yeah, like we're here. We're in BCC, as you can see behind me. We're in BCC. Now, this isn't the normal setup, guys. This is not the normal setup. What's going to happen is over the course of the term, so between now and no end of November, we're going to get some guest speakers in. We're going to play some games, all within this first half an hour between 7:30 and 8 p.m. And then you're going to migrate over to Discord. Even then, you can probably be watching on Discord. You're going to migrate over to Discord and you're going to get into your groups. You're going to have conversations with the leaders of those groups, but also together. You're going to have prayer times. You're going to just connect with each other. And so this is going to be a really good start. Today's going to be a really good start to that. So again, it's not the usual setup. We've actually just kind of packed down from a conference. And so this is me giving you a little bit of an intro, a little bit of a tutorial about Discord. And then I'm just going to give you some tips about prayer. So these next couple of weeks, or this Sunday and last Sunday, we were talking about prayer and how beneficial it is and what it looks like to pray and why when we pray, prayer changes things. We looked at that mainly in our first service. In the second service last week, we did a bit of a celebration. If you were there, we all celebrated. But next week or this week Sunday, we're going to talk a lot more about prayer. And actually, it's an idiot's guide to prayer. You don't have to be a professional to pray. You don't have to know your ins and outs of your theology to pray. You don't need to look super spiritual to pray. You don't have to be concerned with other people and ask them about how they pray to pray. Prayer is for everyone who believes in Jesus and wants to go to God about stuff. So that's what I'm going to be talking about on Sunday. So look forward to that. But yeah, so there'll be some prayer tips after our Discord tutorial. Yeah. So again, I don't know if you're here. If you are here, let us know in the chat because there's a chat function right here. You can have a comment, just say hi or wave or send an emoji, whatever it is. Let me know that you're there if you're there, and if you're not, leave a comment when you've watched this video. So let's go straight in to our little bit of a Discord tutorial. And again, we won't be long here, folks. We will not be long. And it's basically to get you stuck into the Discord family, the Discord community. Yeah. So there's people popping up on Discord right now. You would have been sent a text on Discord. Sorry, a text. Sorry, you would have been sent a text with our Discord link in and our YouTube link. So you know where it all is. So yeah, let me just walk you through this, folks. Let me just walk you through this. We've got our Discord app right here, conveniently to your right, my left. I mean, my right as well. Actually, I don't know why I'm saying that. Yeah. So we've got our City Youth server right here. And what's beautiful about Discord, if you've never been introduced to Discord, it's an app for gamers where community is the point. As much as it's called Discord, which means like disunity, it actually brings us into unity. It is a weird name for an app, but this is it. This is what we got. And I think the beautiful thing about Discord is that it's easy to use once you get into it. Yeah. So I'm just gonna walk you through it. So on our City Youth server, a server is a collection of kind of entry points where people can join in and kind of connect online. So that's what a server is really and basically, and that name has been carried across to Discord just to mean, all right, we can all connect. We can all jump in wherever we are. We can all connect on at one place. So what you see here isn't exactly what you're going to get as you sign in and make your own profile for Discord. So the first thing you want to do is click the link in your text. If you haven't received a text, let me know and we'll send you a text. And once you've clicked the link, if you haven't signed up for Discord before, you're going to get sent to our Discord server page on your web browser, on your phone, or wherever you're clicking it, and then it's going to ask you to create an account. And when you create an account, you've got your first name, your second name, your email address, all those kinds of things that would introduce you to another social media platform, which is what we all need, another social media platform. You know what I mean? But from there, you can give yourself an alias or what you want to be known as or your nickname. And now I'm going to ask you to put your first name as your real name or your full name as your nickname, sorry. And that just means that we can let you in the door. Now, people will get this text or get this link to Discord, we don't know who's around, but actually, if you are honest about who you are online, it actually helps you, protects everyone, and so we can then reference you or at you accurately. Yeah. So for the first part of this, can you please make sure you are putting your full real name or your first name, but make sure it's your real name, just so we know who you are. Yeah, just so we know who you are. All right, and then eventually you'll click that link again and be connected to what is the Discord server. So you'll have. So this is mine. This is me. This is where I am as city youth leader, and I'm a moderator. So it means I look after this chat. I look after this server. Now there is what is called a lobby. So you'll have a group of chats. Yeah, you'll have a group of chats, and you'll come up across the lobby. Now, what the lobby is just a place where all of the rules and announcements and resources are laid out. Yeah, and what Discord has is a series of chats, so you can create a series of chats. You can group them all together in one place called a lobby, and it's where people can interact and chat and send gifts and all this kind of stuff. But we also have voice chats. We also have places where we can present things. Yeah, so you've got this lobby right here. So you've got rules. So let's have a look at the rules. Let's have a look at the rules. So you've got rules. Be sure to read this because there is rules to how we're going to guide and engage with Discord. Now, for you to engage with Discord safely, again, for any parents who maybe even be watching, for you to engage with Discord safely, we have put together some rules to help us navigate ourselves online as a community. So you've got several rules. You've got be respectful and no spamming. All these rules are there for you to read. Now, I'm not going to read these out for you. They're there for you to read, and they're there for us as moderators to make sure that you abide by some guidelines. And then we have things what are called, announcements. So that is the place where I'm going to put all of the announcements for youth. If we're looking for drummers, if we're looking for singers, if we've changed the date of something, this is where all that information goes. When you first hit Discord, when you land in our server, you'll get this page called welcome, or like the red carpet. So it says welcome to the red carpet. So if it says if you're seeing this, you've successfully joined Discord. Here we can be secure, sociable, and silly. Again, if you want to. Now this is the experiment stage at the moment, but feel free to look around. Head to the youth room or the community section to engage in a conversation. Yeah. So a couple of people have already sent a couple of memes in our memes chat. And that's just a place for memes. Yeah. So we've titled all of these chats as it were. And so have a feel to look around all of the chats that will be available to you. You will know when you get to this page. So roles, actually, this third, sorry. Second chat that has an emoji is called roles. Now, what roles is that it makes sure that everyone has a role. Now, what we've done is split everyone up into their different year groups and male and female. Now, what you need to do at this point is when you head over to roles, you need to click one of the emojis corresponding to your year group. Yeah, so you've got year 13, you've got year 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, and 7, and then you've got male and female. And so once you've clicked on it, you are then assigned a role, and you can then have access to your year group chats, maybe even chats that are associated with gender. So it could be a girls group, it could be a boys cave, whichever one you are assigning yourself to, that is exactly where you'll land. Now, what I want to ask you to do is not, go and click on it again. Don't go and click on a different year group or go and click on a different gender. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's not what you're here to do. You're here to engage with all the stuff that is appropriate for your age range. And if we find out that you have been fibbing, that you've been telling lies, yeah, we will give you a little bit of a telling off, and then we'll give you a disciplinary, and then we'll kick you out of the group. And you don't want that. You want to be in on all of the action. So this is kind of like our WhatsApp group. This is like our free communication tool so that we can all be in it. All 250 members of us as City Youth can all be on here at one time. Now, it does take for you to click that link and join us on the Discord server because we want it to pop off. We want to have fun. We want to crack jokes because we're a community. We are one tribe. So yeah, click on your role. Once you head over to the roles chat, click on your role and click on your year group and your gender. And then in this last part of the lobby is where you can find all the resources. So if we put a link into a video, or we mention a video on a Sunday, or we mention a video during a small group or a session, all of the things that we make a reference to will go there, and you'll have complete access to it. All right, so that was the lobby. Very basically, you've got things like the common room. So you've got different year groups. So if you're assigned a year group, you get on your role list. So you've said, I'm in year 7. You can then enter the chat for year 7. Now, no one has been in the chat for the year 7s. Now we're waiting for that, but you can enter into chat with the rest of the year 7s that are in your age group, and you can just chat away. You can chat about the year 8s who think they're just all that because they're in year 8. Or, year 10s, you can be like, you know what, these year 7s don't know that they got it so good, man. And you can talk about that, all that kind of stuff in your year groups. But even then, it could be homework. It could be having troubles with other friends, or just basic discussions. That is what those common room year groups are for. Now, in those common rooms, you'll also find a leader. Leaders will be on it when it comes to who's who and who's in there, and just facilitating conversation. Then we also have praise and testimonies. We've got prayer requests as well. Again, we've got a boys' cave, we've got a girls' lounge. So if you guys feel like you want to chat, one of the great things is you can just click on the chat and it says your voice is connected. So if someone is in the boys' cave right now or wants to be in the boys' cave right now, I'm connected. I'm right there, and we can have this voice chat over our server. So exercises, or even then, like I'm like, I could be inviting someone else, so I could invite someone. Let's see who we can invite. I could invite Alpha. I could invite, who else could I invite? I could invite Aaron, because these are all guys. Now, I don't want to invite anyone else because they're girls, So I'm going to invite them, see if they're around, and if they're not around, then that's fine. But yeah, so you've got voice chats for year 7 all the way through to year 13. And in the youth room, we've got our main chat. Yeah, so where everyone can connect, no matter what year group you're in, no matter what gender you are, you can connect in the main chat. And then you've got things like off topic, so it could be absolutely anything. people who make plans, who want to meet up and go places. You've got memes. You've got the youth room where it's just fun and games. You've got Ask Me Anything. So if you want to ask a leader or me as Pastor Jordan anything at all, you can land it in that chat. Now, the youth room is where we can play games. So if maybe we're playing Fortnite, maybe we have a Thursday night and we're playing Fortnite, you can either watch us play Fortnite or you can join in yourselves. Yeah, you can join in. We can link up, we on our Xbox or PS4, PS5, whatever it is. We can link up and we can have some fun in the youth room. Now, in the study corner, just so you know, is where we can have a little bit of a Bible study. If you want an impromptu Bible study, this is the place to be. So you can head over to the study corner and have a conversation. And then very lastly, you've got the upper room. So there's a place where we will broadcast items, things like food for thought is just a place where we can share things like the prayer items that I'm going to share in a little bit, but also little nuggets of wisdom, or I can give you a platform, or we can present you a platform where you might want to share something yourself. Maybe you have an insight, maybe you have some wisdom, maybe you have a debate that you want to start. This is where the upper room comes into play. So there'll be more information about that through the updates, so make sure you're checking the updates on a regular basis. And then the City Youth live stream is where actually, once we've got this up and running in the middle of the term, so maybe at half term, we will be able to watch the live stream from Discord. And again, all of this is safe. All of this is within our own server. Now, we won't take any bullying. We won't take any bad mouthing, anything like that. And again, we have moderators. All of our youth leaders are moderators in different year groups, in different chats. So we will be looking out for that. Because all we want to do is spread life. We want to connect. We want to have fun. We want to spread life. So this is what it's all for. Now, what you don't need to pay attention to right now is the Leaders Lounge or the adults only, because we do have specific places for us as leaders where we have conversations, but also where us as adults just have conversations, because we have junior leaders as well as adult leaders. So yeah, that is essentially the tutorial for our City Youth server. I'm going to come off this now. I'm going to disconnect myself from that. Yeah, it was all right. Yeah, no, it's okay. Yeah, it's fine. But yeah, so that is the Discord tutorial. If you want to know anything else about Discord, so you've got the main chat here as well. Yeah, we've got loads of people joining. We've got Dark Choco, Adam, Simon, Ahima. Man, thank you for jumping on Discord again. This is where we're all going to connect. Don't worry. Once everyone joins, Discord is going to pop off. Do not worry if you see that it's quiet right now. All right. So yeah, guys. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. I think there's only about 3 or so people on YouTube right now, which is fine. It's okay. You guys are probably going to watch this later. Yeah. So very lastly, what I want to do is share a couple of items on prayer. And I know we're not going to go into discussions right now. What I taught on Sunday was that we're going to go into Discord discussions at around about 8 p.m. Because not enough of us are on Discord right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to delay that one more week just to get us all into it. And then we're going to do our Discord small groups with our leaders. And we're also going to have a guest speaker coming in next week for this YouTube live. Yeah. So it's 7:30 on YouTube where we are right now. And then 8 p.m. we're going to head over to Discord and we're going to have some chats. We're going to have some discussion. Cool. So guys, prayer. One of the amazing things that I get to do is talk to you about all the spiritual disciplines that you need to learn to become a healthy and growing Christian. And the key thing that we're focusing on this term is about how much of a light seeker we are. We're pursuing God. We're spending time with God. We're spending time with God in prayer specifically. And we're coming back to the basics because it's the first month and it's the first month of the academic year. And we're all getting back to school. That rhythm of getting back to school, that practicality of waking up in the morning. It's 6 o'clock or it's 7 o'clock or whatever it is, getting prepared, getting our stuff ready the night before, all that for school. We're doing all these things. And what I didn't want us to do is forget about the habits that we need to get ourselves back into, such as prayer. So about this prayer, and I know I don't want to give too much away. I don't want to give too much away because I'm going to be speaking to you on Sunday. But in these last couple of minutes, I just wanted to say, you know what? Prayer, as much as there's so many different spiritual disciplines, prayer is one of the biggest lifelines that you'll ever know. One of the things I've recently discovered about prayer is that prayer always, always, always changes something. Whether that change happens around me, whether that change happens because God has answered it and there's a circumstance, or whether that change happens because I'm in the act of prayer. So when we are praying, we have to acknowledge firstly that we're coming to God. We are trying to communicate with words or in our hearts or with our minds with God. We're trying to communicate because we all know was the Word. He created the Word. The Bible is His Word. And so He took it upon Himself to communicate to us as His creatures first. And then in prayer, we are there to respond. We're there to say, Lord, thank you so much for giving me life, but things are troubling me right now. Or I need this right now. So prayer is one of the ways that we engage with God, we connect with God, we respond, and we have a conversation. Um, and this idea that Jesus wants us to become closer and closer to Him and more like Him is wonderful. But I want to ask you a question. What would it look like if you never prayed again? What do you think would happen if you never prayed again? If you never prayed another day in your life from this day forward, what do you think would happen? Would there be more good things that happen? More bad things that happen? You wouldn't notice a difference? What do you think would happen if you never prayed again? Now, we had this conversation in first service on Sunday, and a few of us said, actually, there'd be a lot that would go wrong. There'd be a lot that go wrong. I don't think I'd go through my day well. Actually, I feel like I'd be a lot less happy if I prayed. Statistically, that is actually very, very true. In our nation, in our world, people are actually happier when they make a practice of prayer. And then I asked the question, well, what about if your nan or your dad or your mum or your auntie stopped praying for you? What do you think would happen? And some of us were like, you know what? Actually, I think things would change for the worse. Things would change for the worse. And the reason why they said that was because they can see and they believe that prayer changes things. Now, it's not just because we are communicating with God and we're exercising our power, we're using the power that God has given us, but actually because prayer is something that we're doing, that we are using to become more like Jesus, something happens within us, within our hearts, that says, you know what? I'm going to be humble and I'm going to come to you, Lord Jesus, and I'm going to pray. I'm going to say, I need this or I want this. I'm going to realize that you're bigger than me. You're the one that answers my prayers. You're the one that says yes or no. And I'm going to give you these things. So something actually happens within us when we pray. So those two big questions, big questions were what I asked on Sunday. So what do you think? If you never prayed from this day forward, what do you think would change? If your parents or your guardians or your relatives never prayed for you again, what do you think would change? If you don't think anything would change, or if you think something definitely would change, let me know. So this is the end. I'm going to draw it to an end. I'm going to leave you with that question. I'm going to draw this live stream to an end. And hopefully you can watch this back and you can figure out how to use Discord. It can be a little bit disorientating at the beginning, guys, but you'll get the hang of it like you do every other social media outlet. You know what I mean? So, yeah, hopefully that was a couple of big questions on prayer. And hopefully I hope that you ponder on those things and those answers become a little bit apparent to you about what prayer is. Yeah. So thank you so much for joining me. I want to bless you guys and just say thank you for coming back on Sunday. We are back in the building on Sunday, 9 a.m. and 11:15. Come in, get registered, sit down, and let's be church. Yeah. So thank you again for joining me, and I'll see you guys soon.